Hello again, everyone. This is Joe Hentges with Beyond the Chart. I hope everyone had a great holiday season and would wish everyone a very happy new year. 2017, here we come. And we're going to start off and look at the S&P 500, the SPX on a daily and weekly chart. We'll look at the VIX, and then we're going to look at the semiconductors because they've got a little interesting candlestick pattern or what I call it, a daily bar that I see in there, and we'll talk about that in a minute. All right, so let's look at the daily chart here on the S&P. It was down 10.4 on Friday. We're getting a couple closes, a little bit of a sell-off going on in here. It does look like some kind of corrective action. This could accelerate and continue to sell off more to the downside, especially after getting a couple closes below the 10-day moving average and then breaking that low. This is the 10-day exponential. This is the 21-day simple, the 55-day simple. Now, what's this red line? This is the 2286 level, okay? At that point, wave 5, which is minor wave 5 of intermediate wave 5, at that point, minor wave 5 will become longer than minor wave 3 and make minor wave 3 the shortest wave. That cannot be according to Elliott wave rules. Wave 3 can never be the shortest of 1, 3, and 5. Okay, so if we were to push above 2286, this wave count changes. It becomes minute wave 1, 2, 3, working a count within a minor wave 3 higher. Okay, it becomes a much more bullish count. We just haven't gotten there yet, and we haven't gotten there on the NASDAQ. Now, we got there on the Dow, but I'm actually a little bit skeptical of it. I mean, it's just too much confirmed bullishness for this fifth intermediate wave. It just doesn't, for some reason, it's just not settling with me. I mean, we're going with it on the Dow, and I'll talk about that in another video. I'm focusing on the S&P on this video. But I do have an alternate count on the Dow that is more in sync with this wave count that we've got here. So we'll just watch and see how things shake out here. Right now, we're experiencing some selling in here, and we're going to see whether or not it accelerates to the downside. All right, let's take a look at the weekly chart, and I'm going to talk about something else in terms of the waves in here also. So let's take a look at the S&P from the low, this whole bull move, this segment, what I'm calling primary wave 4, okay, of cycle wave 5. All right, so this started in March of 2009. We've had 1, 2, a running flat in Elliott wave, very strong wave 3, and then we had this zigzag wave 4 here, and we're now in the fifth intermediate wave. The real question is, did wave 5 complete up here at the week ending December 16th, or are we still pushing higher in some kind of more bullish wave, that this is extending? Now, one of the things that I noticed, and I'm looking at this on the Dow also, is that it's not a rule, but it's a tendency. Especially when wave 3 extends, wave 1 has a tendency to equal wave 5. Okay, two of the three motive waves, 1, 3, and 5, two of those have a tendency to be equal or close to equal. Well, wave 1 was 550 points. Okay, wave 3 was, the extended wave that we talked about here, almost double what wave 1 was in terms of the move. So if wave 5 is to equal wave 1, it will do that at 2360. So right up, actually, we need to get rid of this. That is just distracting. At 2360, that's not a whole lot further up. I mean, that's just like right up in here if it were to continue to push. Now, okay, so how far are we? Let me zoom in. How far are we right now from the low at 1810 to the high up here of the week of December 16th? We are 85% of wave 1. So, we're getting to the point where we're pretty close to equal to wave 1. You don't have to equal wave 1. You just got to, it's kind of an approximate type thing. So the whole point of this is to say, when I look at this aspect of what's been going on in this bull market move, yeah, we're getting into that territory where this could finish and end at any time in here. Okay, now we continue to watch the wave count. to give us some better clues, and that's why I'm looking back on the daily and watching this in here and watching this level right in here also to see, is it going to continue to push, or are we going to start rolling over and breaking down? All right, so that's just one more aspect of the weekly. Let's take a look at the VIX. The VIX in the last 3 days here has really exploded and popped up. It was interesting on Tuesday. Let's see, yeah, that's Tuesday. Interesting on Tuesday last week, the VIX went up when the market was down. That's pretty unusual. Now, it happened a couple times before too in here. That's pretty unusual. But the volatility then exploded on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We look like we're coming up. We did get to kind of an extreme here on December 21st with this close at 1127. And I say extreme because the VIX had not closed at 1127 since back in June, July of 2014. So you got to go all the way back to on the close. You got to go all the way back over into here. Now it's interesting that June, July of 2014, when was that? Well, that was right here. That was right here at the peak of wave 3, minor wave 3 of intermediate wave 3. Extreme bullishness, extreme complacency on the VIX, very low reading on the VIX. And, almost the same kind of reading that we just got on the VIX, back last week, right in here. Okay, so that's pretty interesting. And this level was also, like I mentioned in the video of 2 weeks ago, when I talked about the put to call ratio on the options, the extreme bullishness that occurred right in here at the top of minor wave 3 of intermediate wave 3, which, again, this is typically the strongest move and exhibits the strongest levels of bullishness. All right, so that's the picture on the, let me go back to it. That's the picture on the VIX. You can see that we've been at a very low level, now popped up. So now the question is, do we consolidate or we continue pushing? Just kind of watching this. I did have a little pattern that I had identified, which looked like the little kind of an ending diagonal in here, and we broke out of that. So that was also something else I noticed on the VIX. All right, the last thing we're going to look at here is the semiconductors. This is a weekly chart on the semiconductors. We are getting, divergence that's showing up in here. This is the RSI. This is my 10-bar RSI, actually. And so look at this reversal candle that showed up. Okay, pretty negative looking candle. Now, do I sit back and say, oh, okay, let's automatically short this? No, I'd be watching for a close below this low, and then things could get real interesting. Okay, so that's kind of on my radar here with the semiconductors. Okay, that's it for today. If you felt like the video was helpful, please hit the like button and share the video with your friends on social media, friends and family. And if you're not watching this on my website, head on over to the website, check out the other posts I've got over there for you, and check out the membership also. Become an insider member. All right, everyone, have a great next few days. We'll talk to you on the next video.